It's recording and I still have cornflakes in my mouth. Okay. This is a reaction to a tweet I have just seen. Maisie Williams tweeted that her heart goes out to everyone in Baghdad because there's been an incident there, which is, I suppose, that's amazing justice. I'm trying to find a tweet to quote as well, so you get exactly what it said, but I may also not find it. That's a retweet. Yes, the tweet is, devastating news in Baghdad and my heart aches for the lives lost. And she actually tweeted it 9 hours ago, but someone called Rachel Cook retweeted it. And that means I've just seen it on the timeline now. My reaction once again was, I say once again because I filmed a thing where I said that was my reaction to hashtag Istanbul attacks. I haven't uploaded that yet. So definitely want to say why I thought again. And I was gonna post a tweet like I'm sick and tired of feeling like after an attack. So actually there's really no point in me tweeting it. And to be honest, there's really no point in making this video. There's really no point in me making this video or like, why is this happening? We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should all talk. Because so many people have already said this. Like there's literally no point in me saying that. So I think I've lost all hope in humanity. Kind of, more or less. There are some great people out there. But I'm just really annoyed. It feels like there are attacks either every other day or every week. And I don't know what to think. I think it's useless to do, obviously, but it's the fact that it's got to a point where it doesn't matter that I think it's useless. I'm also going to search for another thing on my phone while I do this because I'm not sure if I go on my normal screen because this opens the apps bit. This Windows open one. To use a camera. Oh cool, who cried? I'll check out that video later. Goodbye Twitter, I was trying to go into it to check where never mind. I don't know what I was saying before, but my main point that I was making anyway was that I'm trying to find out something specific, which is a civil war did end relatively recently. I just sort of like heard it on the news, so that's good. So like yay. Basically it happened during like Brexit time, which was when everyone is still a bit, by not everyone, 48% of the UK is still by it, and a bit more, because some people do regret their votes to leave. However, I haven't seen any. They've only interviewed leavers, obviously, because of the vote, it makes sense being able to interview people who've had an influence vote, I suppose, in the outcome. But that means that I haven't heard of anyone who voted to remain and none of that's a decision. I suppose you're likely to have this. I mean, the only way I can think of someone regretting their decision after voting, after the results have been broadcast, would be if they were like, oh, there was no point in me voting Remain because everyone's voted to leave. So it's like, no, more than that. I think you reevaluate your vote more if it went the other way. So I get it. Anyway, so it was during that time and there was a whole lot of angst, I suppose, going around, and just it wasn't a very good time. It maybe things are a bit better now, but I'm not entirely sure. But I was talking to someone because I think it's when I went graduation dress window shopping, kind of trying on graduation dresses for the second time to make up my mind, to help me finally purchase a graduation dress now. I've had to think over it. But I was walking with someone to help me make a choice because she kindly agreed to help me out. And I said to her, "Oh, but you know, in other news, there's good news around. There's a civil war that ended, so I think that's useful. If not, then because I've been doing recently, either that or work, that's what I've been doing recently, looking at graduation stuff or working. If it wasn't her, then it would have been someone on set because I've been filming over the past few weeks for like one day or it was like 2 days this week, and then it was one day each week, like the past 2 weeks. So it's like, okay, the EU stuff is a bit meh for at least most people I've talked to. Only 2 people I've talked to aren't that bothered by it. But I was like, there's good news, you know, civil war ended. And I'm basically trying to find out for you where civil war recently ended. So I can give you accurate info. But it was after peace talks. I don't give the American Civil War. 1865, I said recently. Well, that's a bit of a thing. I knew I was going to get Captain America Civil War stuff. So if I don't find it, I would like to, so I can give you more info in this video. But if I don't, sorry. Colombia? Could be Colombia. It says June 23, 2016. Okay, so it could be that. But it was after peace talks, and I don't understand why that can't happen more often. For one, for wars that are ongoing, and for two, I don't understand why wars start in the first place. Which is why, to be completely honest, I spent probably all of my childhood, if not a good proportion of my childhood, I'm going to give a good proportion of my childhood, thinking I was an alien, because I didn't understand the concept of war, and I still don't. I still to this day don't understand the concept of war. And it seemed to me to be such a human concept, like something that's ingrained in humans. Because I thought, obviously humans understand the point of war, because they do it all the blooming time. But I don't, therefore I must be another species. It's not something I really think, and the reason I don't think about it. It got different on my biology says I'm human, and then I'm not. And I'm like, do you know what? There's no point trying to think about where I'm from, which planet I'm supposed to be from. I'll just live a life, and I appear to be human, and I'm among humans, so I'll just go with that. But it just feels like everyone else understands it, because that is cool all the time, and people shoot each other all the time, especially in America, where it's like, yeah, you can have guns and go around shooting people. You know, it's weird in America that it's against the law to kill someone, but it's not against the law to have a gun. If you think about it, it's like me telling you, oh, sorry, it's illegal to eat over here, but here's some food, you can hold it, but you can't eat it. What is the point? How blooming stupid is that? And I don't know if the sit-in is still going on. They had a sit-in, so that they would kind of like to make gun control be fought around again. Because the thing is, Obama tried to do something about it, and I think it was Congress that was like, no, not having any of that. There was a big shooting in a school, and he tried to do something about gun control. And I think that's where the difference with, for example, the UK and the US is good, because in the UK, for example, when David Cameron tried to pass gay marriage, it's like this is the rule that's being put forward, and everyone votes on it. Basically, they say yes or no, and goes through that way. In America, from what I hear at least, it seems more complicated. The fact that the president in the White House then has to go through another place, has to either agree to it or disagree. And I don't understand as well why. Even, I mean, that guy said the most stupid thing that you could ever say in your life. Like, he wins the award for the most stupid quote ever. So, the difference between a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. So, are you kidding me? Are you being completely stupid on purpose, or is this an accident? Are you acting very well? Like, I'm not being funny. I honestly, I think, is he actually that stupid, or is he putting on an act? Can't think of anything else. Come on, like, either he is an absolute nincompoop, like an idiot, or he's pretending to be. It's one of the two. It can't be anything else. There is literally no in between. Complete, absolute, and utter idiot and pretending to be. Then why would you pretend to be that much of an idiot? Oh, blooming that. Anyway, oh, it's been 11 minutes now. I thought it would be shorter than this. But, so I'm also going to see if my page is loaded. Since I've talked for this long, I might as well, if it is, yeah. Tell you what, I hate it when my phone does this. That's meant to be when it hasn't fully loaded. It hasn't fully loaded, that's why. That means when I scroll, let me try to show you. Can you see? Right, can you see what's on my phone now? Oh, it's quite difficult to say. Okay. When I scroll, stuff's gonna happen, and then that's coming back. Oh, that's annoying. What is occurring? Well, it looks like it's fully loaded now. Oh, for the love of food. Right. I can't get past the image. Mobile websites are not best. But I've no guarantee that if I go on the laptop thing, it's gonna stay. So I will do it after the end of the video. I'll try and find a link actually and put it in the description. Hopefully I'll remember. But yeah, so Civil War has ended, which is good news after peace talks. Why can't that happen more often? Is what it said. But the thing is, I don't understand why these things don't stop happening in the first place. Like, I said to someone once that they took it the wrong way. And to be honest, okay, she was a pal of mine at the time, but we haven't talked in 3 years, so whatever. And even if we were still talking, I still think this. I feel like maybe she wanted to be offended, because I don't understand how you can just automatically be offended by that. And I think you should, like, if you're using your brain, you would understand the difference between an analogy and someone saying that something is actually something else. Anyway, so I mean, this was us talking about what was happening in the Gaza Strip, and she was basically on one side, and I was like, I'm just anti-war. And it's funny because to people who decide to take sides, you're not anti-war. There's no such thing as anti-war, is there? Despite the fact that there's an entire Twitter account dedicated to it, you're automatically on the opposite side, which makes no sense to put someone anti-war on the opposite side as you're on, because that puts them on your side if they're talking to someone else who's not anti-war but just on the opposite side, who thinks exactly the same way as that whole thing. It's just really silly. Anyway, I said I don't really understand why they need to be fighting, why anyone needs to be shot. It's like, I don't think anyone should be, let's say you're on the side of like Palestinians, or you're not on the side, maybe like, yeah, everything that's happening to them is fine. Well, no, because they're still human beings, and you can say, oh, they started it. Well, then find a way to end it, and there's a brilliant line in Doctor Who, which I also use, and she was just sort of like highlighting that I made a Doctor Who reference. Like, fine, fair enough, I made a Doctor Who reference, but there's a reason. And there's a reason I tend to have to make Doctor Who references when I talk about this stuff, is because only Doctor Who seems to be putting those messages across. Sometimes I will talk to someone who talks sense, and okay, fine. But generally it is like only Doctor Who puts those messages across. And then it's like only the Doctor knows anything about life, which is quite really worrying. Can you imagine? Like, the only person who knows anything about life and who makes sense in the entire world is a fictional character. Isn't that highly worrying? It worries me. It should worry you too, because the Doctor can't come to save us, because, you know, stuck in a TV screen or on the script. I mean, there are guys who portray him, okay, and maybe they are as heroic as the Doctor, and maybe they are able to save us, but we don't know. But, you know, they're humans, just like everyone else who's got opinions on war. And we just say we don't like it, and it's like we don't get listened to because it keeps going on. So, Peter Capaldi is great. So is Matt Smith. So is David Tennant. So is Christopher Eccleston. So is John Hurt. So is everyone who's playing the Doctor. There's no point in listing them all, because there are like 40 of them-ish, depending on how you count stuff. Yeah, 12 actors. Well, it's 13 actors, so there's also Richard Handler, and there's also Pete Fisher. Oh, see, depends how you count. There's quite a few, so there's no point in listening to me. But like, I find that worrying that the Doctor gets it, but sometimes, like her, I don't think she got it. I don't think she got the point. Sometimes people I talk to just don't get it. And the thing I was saying was like, if a fly comes into your house, you try and shoot it out, you try and tell it to bog off. But if you just tell it to bog off, it tends to just stay in your house and like, oh, for goodness sakes. And the reason that bog off tends not to work is because you don't speak fly language, and it doesn't speak human / all the different languages of humanness. They don't speak any of them, actually. Fine, do that. That's totally cool. Maybe my suitcase is angry about the topic, which is fair enough, because I'm angry too. So, you know, maybe you lose your temper and you're like, right, you're not leaving my house, and I'm just going to kill you then. And you get a shoe, or you get tissue, I don't know, whatever it is that you use to kill a fly, if you kill a fly. I don't like killing flies. So, you know, there are some people who are going to be like, oh, there's a fly in that house, so kill it straight away. Maybe. But I think most people don't like killing living things. So you try and shoot it off, and it doesn't, and it leaves. But then it doesn't leave, sorry. Then you kill it, because like, I don't know what else to do, I just want this fly to go out, what's the matter, it's bothering me, it's bothering me, and then you just leave it anyway. I don't know about other people, maybe other people just do it in like that. But, like once, I did actually kill like a tiny fly, but it just goes to show you how tiny it is, therefore how weak it is. Because I got my piece of paper just to shoot it off the table. I just did this, and it died. I was like, oh freaking heck, I'm so sorry. I apologize to the fly, or whatever it was. It was a tiny insect. I was like, crap, I actually didn't do that. Oh, I feel awful. I despise. Okay, did I still like, no, don't like it. I was like, it's okay, it's the fly, and it's like, no, I don't like that I did that. Pretty man sort of fly or whatever insect that was. That was not a nice feeling. But if you do it on purpose, sorry, I'm just taking ages to explain this. If you do it on purpose, it would be because you're like, right, well, I've tried everything and it's not moving right, that's it. But, what I was saying was, okay, you do that with a fly, there's no point in doing that with humans, because you all speak, you're all able to communicate with one another. If you can't speak the same language, someone will be able to, and they'll be able to translate, and you just have to hope that they're not, you know, that it's not like a cartoon or like a gangster film or whatever, when not really a gangster film, like a film where they're just showing bad people, and they're just gonna translate wrongly, and it will. I'm telling you to time, ladies, sitting all over the place. And um, oh, what was I saying? Yeah, you just have to hope that they're going to translate properly. Hopefully, it's live, it's not a movie, so you just hope that they will translate properly, because you understand what happens in movies because drama, plot, thickening. So yeah, I don't think it's necessary. I think there's never a time when you can't talk first. I don't see it. So there should be no reason ever to start wars, to be shooting all over the place, to be bombing all over the place. There's none talk, none. You always talk first. Like when, well, my mother told me this, so maybe she heard wrong. I kind of hope she heard wrong. But once she told me that David Cameron was like, oh, so we tried fighting, so now we're gonna try and talk. Other way around, stupido. I'm really hoping that my mum heard wrong. She does hear things wrong sometimes on the news that she puts on 24/7, and she just watch. Then I correct her when I'm not the one who's put it on, and I have no interest in watching the news whatsoever. Because not only is it boring, it's just depressing to watch, because it's just them telling you that someone's been murdered, and it's like, why would I want to hear that? My life's sucky enough as it is. I don't want to hear about other suckiness. And I can take seeing it on Twitter until I obviously make videos like this, so you can tell that I'm not really happy about what's going on in the world. But then it's like I'm still able to keep up to date with the news. I just don't have to be depressed by everything. Do you know what I mean? Which sort of like makes sense to people like, you don't care about other people's problems, which isn't what it is. It's just, if you ever have a sucky life like mine, which I don't wish on anybody, hopefully you want to have a sucky life like mine, when just rubbish things happen whenever you choose to, then you'll understand the concept of trying to be around as much positivity as possible, meaning that you don't want to hear about someone being murdered. It's awful, and it's sad, and people should know about it, and it should help spread the message of peace, except it obviously doesn't, because it's still going on. People have been being murdered for centuries, and it's still going on. People haven't stopped being murdered. Go figure. Go figure. But yeah, but it just means, I think it's okay to just be like, I just don't want to be surrounded by negativity, and that's just what I do. It's not like I'm not going to hear about anything, because I'm on Twitter, and that is a good thing about Twitter, that I am able to know what's going on without having to watch the news. But it's horrible, everything that's going on. I don't like it, and it has no reason to happen at all. There's no reason for it whatsoever. I just don't understand anything. I don't understand terrorist groups as well. Like, I think that's the thing I don't understand the most, because they are groups created for the purpose of mass destruction, which makes no sense at all. Like, I don't know how many people have this feeling, but some people do have that feeling sometimes of worthlessness, of like, what's the point in me? And I feel like terrorist groups, what's the point in them? Why bother? If you don't know what to do with your life, go write a book. I don't know. Go create something. Don't put them become a terrorist. How stupid is that? How stupid can you get? Brain cell. Engage. Anyway, I think what I said at the start of the video, there's kind of no point in me making this we should do the peace video, because nobody's going to listen to me. Kind of, because nobody will probably watch this, or like, not a lot of people watch this. Maybe some people will watch it, because because of like my low subscribers. I think 30 is quite Anyway, I didn't have 30 friends, so I'm very glad to have 30 subscribers. However, it's lower compared to what other people have, so I think people are less likely to watch this video reading my message, which is really the message well. Is less likely to be heavy for Chinese face. Therefore less likely to make difference. But it's also because, like I said, so many people have said this before, so many, and obviously, yes, a civil war is needed, which is brilliant, and please, finally, know properly. Oh, for the love of flipping camera. No way then. Yeah, obviously I wasn't able to. Oh, what was I saying? Well, I'm just gonna end the video here because I think I'm just repeating myself. Probably now. I think this is what's happening. I need to do like a little summarization. Okay, I'm gonna end the video here. This was basically my rant, I guess. I am still gonna say that I'm tired of. Okay, this is like the second time now, but seeing news about attacks and my reaction being oh, I think that's ridiculous. I just like the fact that my brain has over time become normalized to attacks. Like it's normal in my head that there are attacks, which is why my reaction is like oh, you're a product of your past. That's what you are. Which is how people's brains work differently. So there probably are some people who are, I want to use different terminology, but I don't know what else to use, but like lucky enough, want a better terminology, to still feel shock at least. See, want a better terminology. If you find it, please let me know. Whereas when I see these things, I'm like, oh, not like oh, but I'm trying to like match like exactly what I felt. It was like oh yeah. It's like kind of like oh, okay, that's happened, as opposed to why has that happened? Like there was obviously why that happened after, but it wasn't my immediate reaction, which is awful and stupid and weird and ridiculous. Um, that said, being a scientist, technically, this requires a thorough scientific experiment to see whether truly that is the reason that my reaction is there, as opposed to like recent events in my life, maybe. Pardon me. Technically, that'd be what I'd have to figure out. However, all scientific experiments have a prediction. My prediction for if there was to be a science experiment would be that I think this is the reason. There have been too many things. I grew up when I was a kid, there was the Iraq War, / Afghanistan, and every time on the news it said so and so people have passed away. So I can see that being normalized. It makes sense to me that it would be normalized in my head. It was every day for years. I mean, they would say it every single day that my mother put news on every day without fail. After they pulled troops out, other people were attacked in other places. People have been stabbed. People have been murdered in other ways. There have been mass shootings. So I'm not confused at all at my brain deciding that this is normal. Just like, I eat food every day and it sees that as normal. It's like anything that's every day becomes normal. That isn't like sort of like shocking. I mean, obviously that was shocking to me for a large part of my life, and like incidents, or I won't call them incidents, that makes them sound like small things. But like mass attacks and things like that happening, that was a massive shock for a very long time in my life. But now it's not, and I understand why. I understand why. It totally makes sense. Yeah, actually makes perfect sense. I got bullied in school, And it is like, oh, why won't you stop picking on me? But then you go to school and you just know it's going to happen. It's not shocking. Especially by the time I got, well, like mid-secondary school, I wasn't shocked by being bullied. It was like, oh, I can't believe they're picking on me. There was none of that. It was like, to clarify, I got bullied throughout all of primary school. As soon as I got to the UK, I'm French. When I got to the UK, the school I was in for a little bit, and the school I was in for like up until year 6, I got bullied from year 3 to year 6, and I left to go to secondary school. And this annoying guy who was only in year 3, hold on, I'm gonna go get a tissue because I'm in my nose. Tissues, where are you? It's only one movie. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this guy who was only in year 3 for a bit, who left the school, for some reason he decided to come to my secondary school, and it was literally like life just trying to like kick me in the face or in the stomach or wherever it wanted to kick me. Because it was like, like a film when things happen so that it drives the plot a certain way. That's what it was like. Because it was like he left, he got dropped in, and he knew that people called me that when he left, or before he left, whatever. One was at school, and then he came into my secondary school to bring that over, and then everyone else called me that. Then he left again. It's like literally, he's just poison. He's just there to bring rubbishness. That's his purpose in my life. I don't know what his purpose in life overall is. I can't judge. I only saw him for probably a total of 6 months in my life. But his purpose in my life was to make mine an absolute and utter misery. That was the point of him. um, which is when those days when you get really angry, you're like, oh, if that was the point, then what was the point of bringing him to life then? And then you have other days when like, crap, that wasn't a very good thing to say, was it? Technically, then you're just really angry. Then you just said it. But yeah, I'd like to think that he's doing better things with his life now than bringing misery to others. If he's still alive, because people pass away at random ages. You're not safe because you're not 50 yet. Or whatever. You can go at like any age, so you might not be alive yet. And that's a bit of a weird thought. Maybe he's still alive, because that would mean he's my age. And that's quite young to just, go. I'm totally going off on a tangent. Anyway, hopefully he's alive, and hopefully he's doing better things with his life than to bring misery to others, because I absolutely didn't appreciate it one bit. But that was me going off on a wild tangent. And I like that actually. I like the form, which technically that would be he was the awful guy who made my life a misery, and then he'd get to my age, our age, the same age, and like completely turn things around and become this amazing person. The world needs more of that. We need more great people. Like we can stop having sucky wars and sucky attacks. Just all rubbish. And yeah, I suppose it's hilarious actually. But yeah, that was a wild tangent from it became normal for me to be bullied. Like, I guess when I went to secondary school for the first time, I despised the school anyway. I probably hated it even more when I left. But I didn't think I was going to have any friends. So it wasn't. It's like it was a shock, but it wasn't a shock. It wasn't a shock. It was like you've moved school, so you don't really expect it to follow you around and it to happen there. Do you know what I mean? So I guess the first time it happened, it wouldn't have been like complete shock factor, but it would have been annoying, tiring, let's say. Um, there would have been a bit of, oh, I thought I'd gotten away from this. But definitely by the time you get to year 11, it's the norm to be bullied when you've had all of primary school with it and where that time was. Um, so it's the same for everything. It's like being bullied rather became completely and absolutely, utterly normal to me. It's just a daily occurrence. It's just my life. So I went to school to learn. I didn't go to school to mingle or to have fun, which is why I hated it when teachers were stupid and picky. My final example was silly thing that happened. Really silly thing. Oh, there we go. We were watching Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire in class, and there's like no talking. I literally just went, David Tennant, and I was sent out of class. I wasn't talking to anyone. It was just like, like if you see something in the street, like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. And I was sent out for that, and it was ridiculous. And I was like, what are you doing? I was like, well, like, where are you talking? And I hate it when you do that. Don't want to talk to me. Who are you? Okay, you're a teacher, and that's it. Otherwise, you're human. I'm human. I'll treat you like absolutely crap just because you're a million years older than me. I'm going to hate that. I hope teachers have stopped doing that now. It's been years since I've been like a secondary school. So I hope teachers now treat children better instead of treating them like absolute and utter crap, because that sucks. And if they wonder why kids get rebellious, that's probably why. Because they hate being treated like crap. Because anyone hates being treated like crap. Teachers wouldn't like it if you're treating them like crap, so they shouldn't do that to kids just because they're younger. It's outright ageism, and that shouldn't be allowed. It's age discrimination. There's a word discrimination in there for a reason. Don't do it. If you're watching this and you happen to be a teacher, and you can think back, oh, it's July and it's the UK, and then it's France, which means that there's probably still school going on now, because my holidays were always like mid-July / end of July, actually. So, think about the day you had today, your teaching day. Think about whether you treated a kid absolutely awfully, and then move forward with that and try to do the rest of it. Just think about whether the way you treated that child would have been the way you would have liked to be treated. And don't see them as a child, but see them as a human being, just another person. Because the only difference between a child and an adult really is age difference, so they've got a lot more to learn, okay? But that doesn't mean it's okay to treat them like something off the back of your shoe. Just standard. So if you would like for example, me to ask you a question and you to not be able to answer it properly because I'm interrupting your answer just to try and get the answer that I want, then don't do that to someone else, regardless of their age, regardless of whether they're 0 years old or 100 years old, and then we can try and have a better world. If you're watching this and you're not a teacher, then 38 minutes and 43 seconds to the video. Sorry for the last minute of explanation, but I have no relevance to you whatsoever. I am going to end the video here, as I said probably 10-15 minutes ago, because there's nothing else to say really, is there? This is just me being disappointed in humanity and not understanding anything, and not making a video of can you just stop please, because it's useless. I can ask people to try the hashtag can we just stop, and for maybe maximum a week, it might have an effect, then it won't. For example, there was a vote on whether to basically bomb Syria or not in the UK, and hashtag not in my name trended on Twitter. This was the UK saying, we're so sorry for what the government has decided, but we are not for it. This is what the government chose. Hashtag not in my name. Like, I remember it, but still, it's obviously not something that's prominent, at least in the government's mind today. and nothing was. It wasn't like, oh, it's trending, maybe we should change our minds. So if you want, you can trend the hashtag Can We Stop. That may be of some use. I don't, and it actually bothers me that I don't know what to do. Oh god. So I'm a bit of a control freak. And this is an issue. It needs to be fixed, and I can't fix it. I actually can't. It's weird because when I was a bit younger, I was like, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna fix things. And as I'm getting older, I'm like, I can't do anything. I have literally zero power. The people in power do not want to do anything. There's America where the guns are like candy, and there are other places in the world where crime occurs. No attacks anywhere and bombing. I don't understand why, and there's nothing I can do about it, and blooming sucks. See, times like these, I end up going back to a doctor who I think I'm just going to put this one so foolish and over 2 years. But think properly. Do you not wish times like these that you were eternally retarded to go around fixing everything? Don't you? Can you honestly tell me that you don't? Because I do. I'd fix this and like there's nothing. Like, there you go, well, it's done. And then it'd be like, oh, and it'd be good. It'd be good. Oh my gosh, I like that. But, wrong species and all that. No time travel. Well, I would need space travel for that, to travel to different parts of Earth and, like, fix things. Yeah, I'd have to literally. All I would do really is, like, remove weapons from the world, because that's what's causing every issue. And the case could say, oh, we can just remove weapons, but how long is that going to take? Ooh, in the meantime, you've got peace. And just keep removing weapons every time. That's like the only thing you can do, can't you, to like fix it? Because weapons are causing the issues. Weapons in the hands of humans who themselves are causing the issues. But yeah, it's like you'd have temporary world peace or something. And the attacks wouldn't be as frequent because they'd be like spending time building weapons while they would otherwise be doing the attacks, I think. Why am I still thinking this through? So how would you solve the world if you had it out? There's no point. I don't have one. That's the point. And I'm powerless and I can't do anything. We're all powerless. None of us can do anything. None of us. We're all blooming useless. Not as in, I need to explain that. We're not all useless as in like, oh, we suck at life, don't we? No, like, we can all try our hardest, but, like, our voices don't matter. That's the problem. That's why we're, like, useless, because we don't matter. None of us do. We would if we were, like, Prime Minister, or President, but we're not. So we literally don't matter in any way, shape, or form. Which is really rather ironic or rather interesting, because if there were no people to govern, there would be no government. Yeah, we're not always listened to. Whether your government is a French government or the UK government. Anyway. This is 44 minutes now, so there's no way you've watched all of this. But if you have done, thanks for watching. The attention span of a human being is 20 minutes, so you haven't retained all of this, but you tend to keep it. And, like, that's why they're all flying around. Somebody's, like, putting out a hand at some point, and I'm guessing they're feeding them. Well, maybe they're not. Are they? Like, what do? You go fried, and then they take it, and then they fly off. Oh my god, no, literally, when she brings out the hand, it gets closer. Why am I just assuming it's a woman, not a few guy? Oh my gosh, yeah. She or he must be feeding them. so pretty. There we go. I'm going to think about that with Road Friend as opposed to the horrible states that the planet is in. This is when Carl Pilkington's like, can't you just move? No, Carl, I can't move planets that easily. Oh dear. Oh dear. I wish I could just move planets, but I'd do it in a heartbeat. I would just do it. Because this planet is just... it's done, isn't it? It's kaput. No hope. No hope. That was a joyous video, isn't it? Anyway, well, if you have gotten so, like I said, thanks for watching and taking in my opinion. Even though the people at the top won't. I wasn't saying the important people won't, but I understand that people are important. Each person is important, but when it comes to trying to instill world peace, if you're not in the government, you have no importance whatsoever. So it's very sad, very sad, very sad, very sad. So, I'm gonna try and live real happy right now, because I think I actually need to stick with them. Let me think. Actually, think. If you like Christmas, we're just under halfway to Christmas. That's a good thing. People are graduating soon, because it's July. Graduations are cool, because it shows achievement of a university degree of all things, which is amazing. Because it's a lot of hard work doing a university degree, I would know, and it doesn't really care, or life doesn't care that you use. Well, I should phrase it this way: life doesn't care that you're doing a university degree. It will still throw things at you if it chooses to. It doesn't care. It doesn't care that actually it's going to make you working for a degree harder, and you definitely won't get the grade that you're supposed to. It has no care in the world. So, if you manage to achieve the degree, regardless of what life throws at you, working really hard to get it, then you should congratulate yourself regardless of your grade. Whether it was a third, a 2-2, a 2-1, or a first, you've still achieved a degree, which is really hard to do. It's a lot of hard work. A lot. So, congratulate yourself, and I hope you have a happy graduation. And everyone else, I hope you have a good day tomorrow, regardless of what's going on in the news. And what's something you really enjoy, whether it is Doctor Who, which I've mentioned about a billion times in this video, which is where someone with like a million subscribers would be like, hashtag not Scotland. I didn't say that. It's useful. Or Orphan Black, I'm wearing a dress, which is nice because of more of that. But you can wear it out in the back, which is good. Merlin's quite good. Read a book, read a good book. I'm currently reading Doctor Who Engines of War. I was reading beforehand, a long while beforehand, because uni. Across the Universe with Black Brothers. I stopped reading it. Uni and stuff. I tried to pick it up again, but I have no reasons for not. And it's nothing to do with the actual book and stuff, technically it is, but it's more to do with things that have happened in my life, which means that whenever a certain word appears, I find it, well, at least I'm not sure about now, but when I tried to pick it up again, I found it hard to read. I couldn't. But when I started reading the book, which was before that stuff happened, it was brilliantly written, and I realized it's like straight into it. It's like, yes, when I like, go Beth Revis. And I tweeted about it, and Beth Revis, she got famous in my tweet, she retweeted it. Like, yay! Beth Revis knows it exists. Read a good book. That's always good advice. It'll enable you to expand your vocabulary for one, which is great. And you can just escape into another world. Yeah. Basically, do something enriching / enlightening, or make something, which is actually really enriching, it's enlightening. Or do something new. Discover something new. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's it. I hope these were happy enough thoughts. If not, sorry. Google happy happy, what is wrong with my mouth right now? I can't talk. Google or Yahoo, whichever search engine takes your preference, happy thoughts, or Bing it. Up to you. Ask Jeeves. Ask Jeeves about happy thoughts. Okay, rant over, and attempt of telling you happy thoughts over, and you will see me in my next video, whenever that is. Yeah. Okay, goodbye. Goodbye. Why are we talking like that? Goodness knows. Bye.